Hello, fellow human! Welcome back to another Dank Doggo / ChoosingBeggars. We have 6 stories in total for you guys today. The first story is posted by / my drunk life with the title of CB Stepsister Wants Free Housing. Let me set the stage. My dad got married to a new wife about 5 years ago. She has 3 daughters, the youngest of which is 26 years old, slowly working in college and still living at home with mom and my dad. From what my dad says, she never helps to do anything around the house, is a complete slob, and has 3 insane dogs that are not well trained. I'm a 36 years old father of 2, 3 years old son, and a 2 weeks old daughter. I live 5 hours away from my dad and visit him a couple of times a year. I never stayed a night at his new house because I don't feel at home there. I've never been close to my step-family. At most, we make awkward small talk for the few hours a year we visit with each other. I don't really have any animosity toward them either, we're just not close at all. Here's the begging. A couple of days ago, I loaded my family into the car and we brought a new baby girl down to visit Grandpa. At the end of our visit, when we were getting ready to leave, stepmom and stepsister asked, "Oh, by the way, can stepsister come live with you for a month or 2 this summer?" I guess she has a class at college near me and won't let her dogs live on campus with her. I don't understand why it would be 1 or 2 months, but it's indicative of how little information I got about this request. I found out the information about dogs and school classes from my dad later. I just kinda laughed and said, "You don't want to live with a screaming 3 months old this summer?" To which stepsister replied, "For free I do." Wrong ducking answer. Whoever said living with me would be free, or that I would allow your 3 dogs to come, I let them know that it wouldn't work for us, sadly. I definitely feel like an a-hole, but I also have boundaries. It's an awful place to be put in, especially with a toddler and a new baby. I would gladly put up with family and home if there was a crisis. She's not hard up on cash, her parents both have money, and she has a good paying job. Hell, she just came back from a Costa Rica trip for spring break. The only crisis here is that she's used to having a free room and board and doesn't want to have to pay for an apartment where they allow dogs, or figure something out so she can stay on campus. There are plenty of apartment buildings that will allow month-to-month rent and you don't need to come freeload off me. And I really don't need my wife, who stays home with the kid, to be dog sitting service all summer either. Thanks, needed to get that off my chest. Well, hard lessons that everybody should learn. Always set your boundaries straight, especially if you have a choosing beggar family members. On to the second story written by / Love Dog Hate Gods. CB takes my offer, sells the item to someone else, and asks for the cash I brought because she needs it. Fresh back for my own CB hell, sad face. We're looking for a coffee table and I found one on Facebook Marketplace marked free. Here's condensed version of the conversation. Me, "Hey, is the table still available?" CB, "Yes, make me an offer." Me, "Okay, if it's not free, did you have a price range you were expecting to receive?" CB, "I don't know, make me an offer. People have been lowballing me all day, that's why this is still up." Me, "Oh, I can't make you an offer without having some idea of what you're expecting. I'd love to get that table for $10, but I'd never offer that if you wanted $100. CB, "I'll take 25. Me, "Perfect, I'll go to $30 if you can hold it for me to pick up." CB gives me her address and we agree to meet. It's close to where I work, but it is pretty out of the way. I text to confirm. I'm on my way over and I see the listing is marked as sold. Cool, she took it down before I came, that was smart. I arrive and the table is gone. She's standing there with an expectant look on her face. Me, "Is the table packed up?" CB, "Nah, I sold it. Someone just came by. You want anything else?" Me, "No, I wanted a table and we agreed on a price and I brought the cash and I thought that we agreed that the extra $5 would be to hold it. This is kind of unexpected and I drove my way out to get it." CB, "Oh well, I sold it." We stand there awkwardly for a few seconds and I then turn to leave. CB, "Wait." Me, "Yeah?" CB, "Can I still have that $30? I need it." Me, "What? No, bye." I leave and when I got back, she blocked me on Facebook Messenger and reported me as a buyer to their reporting team. Nothing happened to me, but I'm rankled from how ducking obnoxious the whole ordeal was. Never had a problem with Facebook Marketplace until this went down. Anyhow, if anyone in MA wants to sell coffee table, hit me up. I'm looking for something I can pay real money for. I'm looking to receive a real, tangible object in return. Well, I hope that OP reported her as a scam artist for posting up for free, then demanding money, and agreeing to a sale, and then selling the item to someone else. On to the third story shared by /Yuko Romello. You want your food twice? So some backstory. I work at a place that sells sandwiches and we deliver. Today, we were extremely busy during the lunch rush, and as a result, delivery time were a little slow. We were making sandwiches as fast as we could, but there are just too many orders. Our in-shop line, customers who come in and order at the counter, was literally out the door. On top of that, we were understaffed because 2 of our employees had quit. Instead of the 5-man sandwich making crew we should have had, it was 3 people, and one of them was the new guy who just started last week. This new guy had to stop and ask what came on every sandwich. Eventually, we just put him on the register so that the other experienced employee and I could focus on making orders. When it finally slowed down, the last few deliveries orders were still on like 40 minutes wait, which isn't even that crazy for delivery. Domino's often takes twice of that amount, even when it's busy. A lady comes in, and while she doesn't have the "Can I speak to your manager?" haircut, she is making a face. Anybody in the service industry just knows the face. Total Karen. I know it's gonna be some BS right away. Karen, I ordered a delivery for 3 sandwiches and it never showed up. We are hungry and we've been waiting for an hour. Perfectly possible. It's been hectic morning and mistakes happen. Me, oh, I'm sorry about that. Can you give me the name and address on your order? Karen McFake name at 555 someplace. I pull up the order and have to really put in effort and not to roll my eyes. Me, I see that you placed the order 27 minutes ago. Our driver left with it like 5 minutes ago. Karen, well, he took it long and I had to leave work to come to get it. You guys weren't answering your phones. Not true, by the way. If we stopped answering the phones, the morning wouldn't have been so hectic. Me, okay, well, we can make your order for you right now and waive your delivery fee since you came to get it. Karen, what are you going to give me to make this right? I'm thinking like I said I would give you the food and the delivery fee. What the hell else do you even want? Me, sorry, I'm not authorized to fully count any meals. She huffs and then stands there at the counter while we make her food, which are not supposed to do since other people come in to order. And we have a designated spot for picking up completed orders, but whatever, I don't say anything. We give her her food and she leaves, and I text the driver telling him that he can skip that order and move on to the next one since she already came and got it. Story should end there, right? Wrong. 15 minutes later, we get a call asking where the delivery is, and I get their name and address. I was very surprised to hear that it was Karen McFakenham at 555 someplace. I double-checked twice, it was the same name and address. Now, at first I thought maybe someone else had overheard Karen's order and came to make a fake complaint to get free food. Me, oh, I'm sorry, there must be some sort of mix-up. I just had a woman come in saying that this was her order, so we made her her food and canceled the delivery. Karen screaming, "That was me! You said the delivery driver was on the way! Where is he?" Me, let me get this straight. You came to pick up the food and I gave you the money for delivery back and gave you the food, but you were still expecting us to deliver it? Like again? One more time for free? Karen, yes! To make up for me having to leave work and get it. Me, miss, you didn't have to come and you get your food because you chose to. It was already on its way. If you wanted it delivered, you should have waited for the driver. Karen, no longer screaming. Can I speak to your manager? Oh, you absolute fool. Don't you know me? I am the manager. Click. Guess she didn't want to talk to the manager, huh? Well, I would have given Karen some props for even attempting something so pathetic. I mean, it's very easy to catch that kind of scamming scheme. On to the fourth story shared by /Katnia Jara. My neighbor wanted me to take care for her kid and pay her. My neighbor was in an abusive relationship and asked if her daughter could come and stay with me. One of her daughters, mind you, she had 2 more. I guess he was selectively abused. Is that a thing? I only bring up the other kids because she said her child had no clothes to bring with her. Her sister, who was in the same size, needed to use them, so okay. We go to the thrift store and buy the kid a bunch of clothes, set up the spare room for her, and she moves in. $2,000 later. A couple months pass and I get a call from her mom saying that there must be some mistake because she's no longer getting benefits for the kid. I'm like, yeah, when a child no longer lives with you, you are no longer getting benefits for her. I'll remember her words verbatim for the rest of my life. Well, I'm losing $250 a month off my welfare and $250 tax credit, so if you want to keep her, you gotta pay me $500 a month. Wait, what? I just hung up. For your information, it was asked how she's doing now. I really wish I had a Hallmark Channel ending. The abusive guy left her mom for one of the 18-year-old daughter's friends. Her mom then let her move back in and decided the kid now owed her for the money she lost. While working to pay her mom back, she met a guy and moved in with him. Not sure if she moved in first or got pregnant first, but she had her first baby as a teen. She's now 20, 3 kids born a couple years apart, 2 with special needs. She had a falling out with everyone, siblings, me, mom, over the guy. He's not abusive exactly, just doesn't do anything. Work, cook, clean, care for the kids. He just sits there blasting rap music and playing video games. She just literally packs him lunches before going to work and to support him. Not a bad person, just the Jabba the Hutt. He does have a big family who are mostly great and supportive of her. Her mom retained custody and she retained that I'm worthless and owe everyone for my existence attitude, so there was nothing anyone could do to help. I mean, we sent a card at Christmas with grocery gift cards, so they definitely get food with it. She is a very responsible person as far as working, caring and feeding for the kids, and making sure they have clothes. I consider that's a win even if there's a human mushroom growing in her living room. TLDR, history repeats, but we do little better each time. Well, like mother, like daughter, history repeats itself, just that this time, things got better. On to the 5th story shared by /PDX Charger 35. Coworker takes my car for a test drive and doesn't return the car or pay money until the cops gets involved. Back in 2003, I was 21 years old and bought my first, and last I've learned a lot since my youth, brand new car right off the lot. Meanwhile, I still had my first used car, a 1988 Chevy Blazer. I had a coworker who was about 15 years older than me, who needed a car. We had gotten along really well up until this point, and she just had a baby and was a single mom. I wanted to help her out, so I told her about my Blazer, and she said she wanted to come to take it for a test drive. I told her my garage code because I knew I wasn't going to be home. She was supposed to come by and take it for the drive, but the next day, I discovered it was gone altogether. When I asked her why she had the car, she said she had taken it to a mechanic and he found all these repairs that needed to be done, and she had no idea it would need this much of work, blah blah blah. On top of that, she told him that to go ahead and just start the work before she paid a dime to me. This quote-unquote negotiating tactic floored me, and I don't remember what price I had told her, but I think we negotiated somewhere around $400 and $600. At this point, I was definitely feeling taken advantage of, but I was young, so I was just trying to get this over with. So like 2 weeks go by, still no payments. She would tell me she was struggling with the bills and would pay me soon. Finally, I told her that she had to pay me by the first month and I had to have the money by then, no exceptions. The first rolls around and she calls me to say that she wouldn't be paying me. Would I be open to payments if I held onto the title? At this point, I was done doing her favors and said no. I needed the car back if she couldn't pay for it. She responded like any CB with threats by telling me that she was going to take me to court because she already put a bunch of money into the car. As I recall, the car did not end well and she hung up on me. So I went to the police station and told them what had happened, and an officer followed me to my car to her apartment to confront her and get the keys. She had the only copy. Like I said, I was young and learned a good lesson from this. She wasn't home, but the Blazer was there parked outside. The cop called a tow truck and I wrote a check for $80 and the car was towed, where I promptly locked in the garage until I could sell it to someone else. Luckily, I had a mechanic friend who took apart the steering column and used his connection to get me a key made at a dealership. Pretty much all hell broke loose after this. She called me, left harassing messages on my phone. She accused me of stealing and being a bad friend. She even had her mother call me, whom I argued on the phone. I kept saying that she could have the car if she paid for it. Her mother kept yelling, "But she doesn't have any money!" Like I said, my coworker was like 35 years old, and so to have her mother arguing with me was pretty surreal. Luckily, she got fired not long after this incident and I sold the car. Now, the present day, I would never have followed anyone to the test drive by my vehicle without me being present, and let alone to take their possessions. Lesson learned. For your information, the garage wasn't connected to where I live, and there were single stalls in a separate area for my apartment. Darn, that woman thought she could just get away with it? Like crazy is as crazy does. Did she at least do the repairs like she claimed it needed? Free repairs for OP if she did. On to the 6th story shared by /Pinpa Grigio. Apparently, I have to buy the whole train tickets. For months, I've been taking the cheaper public train to a place 75 miles north, then taking an expensive private train home. I always slide the round trip on public and slide the ticket onto the machine for someone that needs a free trip south. It's only $4 more. I've been down on my luck as hell before, so I know how much of a help it can be. Today, I handed it to some guy that very obviously needed a free ticket, and a woman started yelling at me that it's not fair. She had the cash in hand to pay the machine. She wanted a free ticket too. I had to give her one. He's homeless. He shouldn't be allowed on the train. A sister needs to stick together. I'm mixed and apparently a race traitor for helping someone white? I'm not a ducking train Santa. I know I'm getting fat and will call you Hola, but I sure as stuck ain't jolly. She tattled to the attendant that I gave him a ticket. The attendant looked at it, saw it was valid for the trip, and told the tramp to pound the sand. Who does this? It was make me wonder how many people that didn't need a ticket snacked it over for a few months. It makes me not want to do this anymore. For your information, I decided to buy an extra ticket. I'm going to give it to the attendant for someone that he catches without ticket but really needs one. Well, people like these sure know how to discourage good people trying to do good deeds. That's it for today, fellow humans. Thanks for watching. Dank Doggo appreciates your time. See you guys next time.